What's up guys, Max Forte today going over a house called Parfums Vintage, and I'm going to bring you two fragrances from this house called Pineapple Vintage and Pineapple Vintage Noir. Now these fragrances are supposedly great alternatives to King Aventus from Creed. Now will these two fragrances live up to the expectations? We shall see. Let's go. Alright guys, let's start with the presentation. Now both of these fragrances essentially have the same kind of box. This is here Pineapple Vintage, which is a really cool box, almost like a Creed kind of box, really nicely made. It has this really cool picture back here. It has this really cool picture back here, which I'm not sure what it's trying to emulate. Then you have the logo of Parfums Vintage right up here. Some information at the bottom, you know, as well as batch and all that good stuff. And in the front, you have this real nice Pineapple Vintage logo, which is shiny and almost like a foil-like picture. Really greatly done. Now the Pineapple Vintage Noir, it's pretty much the same exact thing like that other box, except for it's black and gold, which looks a lot sharper in my opinion. But essentially they're very, very similar to each other. Now, when it comes to the fragrances themselves, let's look at the bottles. You have, this is your regular Pineapple Vintage, which has the white stripe underneath it, which I'm sure you guys heard about it. And then you have the Noir one, which is exactly the same bottle, but instead of the white stripe, you have the dark black stripe with the gold, which, you know, tells you it's the Noir edition Vintage Pineapple. So all in all, the same exact bottles, and even if you look at the note breakdown, which is going to appear right next to me over here, pretty much they share the same note breakdown. The only difference is that the vintage one, the regular Vintage Pineapple, has a fleeting birch, as they call it, and the Noir edition has a more prominent or stronger note of birch infused into it, which supposedly will make it more of a smokier pineapple than the regular one. Both these fragrances were released last year, late 2016, and they were retailing for $105 American, but right now they have a promotional price going for $84 and change, which essentially is less than $85, which is not bad for what you're getting. These are 100 ml, again, eau de parfum concentration. Okay, so Pineapple Vintage was actually my scent of the day today, and what I did is what I like to do with both of these is I actually layer them. I layered both of them. I was radiating pineapple goodness today. It's actually a nice day, a little bit rainy here today, but it was actually warm. It was in the 50s, so it was a really nice spring day to rock this, you know, like I said, I did 2 sprays on the chest of the regular pineapple and I did 2 of the vintage unclothed. It was pretty nice sillage. You know, let's talk about performance for this fragrance, and then we'll get into the scent, you know, occasions and all that good stuff. So as far as the scent is concerned, it's a very pleasant pineapple goodness. If you like Aventus, this is a great alternative for a fraction of the cost. So the projection was really, really strong for the, you know, for the first hour and a half or two. Then it really set closer to my clothes and my skin, giving me a really nice scent bubble around me, a really nice sillage, and you know, people are getting whiffs as I was going around about my day, which was pretty cool. And I got a lot of compliments with this fragrance, believe it or not. You know, I've worn this a few times since I've gotten this fragrance, which was a few months ago. I want to say 2 months ago. So surprisingly, I was getting a lot of good compliments with this fragrance, you know, by layering the two. Really, the difference between the Noir and the regular one is very negligible. They're very, very close to each other. You know, the Noir might be a little bit smokier. You know, if you have a really acute nose, you may pick out the birch note a little more prominent on this one. But to me, they're very similar to each other. But like I said, I got a really nice sillage. The first hour and a half, 2 hours, it pushed quite well. I reapplied it again. So, you know, all in all, I got 6 to 7 hours before I reapplied to get another beautiful blast of, you know, pineapple. But, you know, you're gonna get a 6 to 7 hour mark longevity on this, which is really not too bad. But I was expecting about 8 to 10, but I got, you know, 6 to 7 hour mark longevity with this fragrance. This is very versatile. This is as versatile as they come. This could easily be a signature scent for anyone. Definitely more masculine. This is definitely a manly fragrance, alpha male kind of fragrance, just like Aventus. Obviously, women can rock this. Feel free to do it, but I definitely think this is more manly. Age groups, I think anyone can rock this. Considering the price point at $85 right now for 100 ml, it's really a no-brainer. I think anyone can rock this. But I would say, you know, senior in high school and up would be like probably the best, you know, times to rock this. It is a bit more manly, a little bit more in the niche side of things. One thing I want to bring to your attention, the quality of the pineapple here is fantastic. It's really, with the bergamot here, it's really sparkly, really fizzy, really uplifting. I'm gonna give you guys a show of the sprayer. Really beautiful blast. I'm gonna give myself a couple blasts on my hand. Again, it's very beautiful pineapple and bergamot that will greet you, and the introduction of this is beautiful. It's very fruity, especially the regular pineapple vintage, the noir. A little bit smokier, but like I said, they're almost, you know, apples to apples here. You know, you're gonna get the pineapple, you're gonna get the apple, essentially kind of like the same structure as Aventus. That's what they were aiming for, and I think they did a pretty decent job at it. And I think you can dress this up or you can dress it down. You know, you can wear this more casually if you want to, with, you know, t-shirt or, you know, a polo shirt, or, you know, boat shoes, whatever, or you can dress this up, you know, just like I am right now. Rock this, you're gonna smell great. Again, garners a lot of compliments. The same kind of compliments that I get with Aventus, I was getting with this. People were saying, you smell great, what are you wearing today? As far as I'm concerned, with seasons, I rock this myself just like I would rock Aventus, which is pretty much all year round except for the dead of winter. When it's really, really cold out, I tend not to reach for Aventus, but spring, fall, you know, summer, it's amazing. And this, like I said, will garner a lot of compliments. You know, 6 to 7 hours, not bad. You know, longevity projection does a good job. Silage will be really, really good. People will get whiffs in and out. So all in all, a really, really solid release from this house. So the bottom line, this is a great, pleasant scent. You know, if you're familiar with Aventus and you smell this fragrance, you're gonna feel just as good when you're wearing this. And if you're giving this as a gift to somebody who does not know Aventus, they will love the scent and the attention they're gonna garner with this fragrance right here. So all in all, give it a shot. If you haven't, it's definitely worthy of trying. There's a lot of different, you know, fragrances out there that are trying to copy and to emulate Aventus. Obviously, Aventus is in a league of its own, but this one here is, I think, as close as you're gonna get to the real deal. That's my take on it. 3 words to summarize the scent: it's fun, it's sparkling, and it's extremely pleasant. Pineapple Vintage. If you haven't tried this fragrance and you really want to give it a shot, you know, you want to try this fragrance, I'm going to give you 2 sets. I'm going to give you a noir and a regular vintage, 2 of these. I'm going to give it ×2, so 2 giveaways, 1 of each for 2 lucky winners. All you have to do is comment down below, like I said, if you have tried anything from this house, which one have you tried and you like the best? And if you haven't tried anything from this house, let me know which one you'd like to try and why. Obviously, you got to be a subscriber to the channel, like this video, and share it. You know, I'm going to do a drawing for those 2 sets, 1 regular and 1 noir. Free shipping, US continental only for this giveaway. In case you don't win on a giveaway and you really want to try this, I'm going to do another one for you guys. There's a code, it's maxapril, which is going to appear right next to me. I mean, these are really nice. I think these are like 10 or 12 mil samples, which is a pretty generous, you know, pretty generous amount, which will give you a lot of sprays, a lot of trials. So if you want to get a sample in case you don't win the giveaway of the 2 sets, you go ahead and you go to the Pineapple Vintage website, which I'll have a link below. You enter maxapril at checkout, and you're going to get $5 off the samples, which will make them very cheap, shipped right to your door. So that's all I have for you guys today in the house of Pineapple Vintage. Again, let me know in the comment section below if you have tried this, you like, love it, hate it. What are your thoughts on this house? Please share with us. Thank you so much for watching. Keep sharing the passion, keep on spraying, and stay fragrant. I will talk to you guys later. Ciao.